Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews, and welcome back from the Rock Art Brewery of Morrisville, Vermont. I'm going to be checking out their Vermonster. The Vermonster is considered a barley wine, I think, by the brewery, although some of the reviews I've read on it, some people think it's more of an imperial IPA. But I'll go with what the brewery wants you to think, which is it is a barley wine. Now, I only have this a few weeks, so barley wines are the kind of beers I like to wait a while before I drink, but I'm going to be drinking this relatively fresh. The Rock Art Brewery of Morrisville, Vermont, there's not much in Morrisville, really, except the Rock Art Brewery and Lake Elmore. And when I was growing up as a child living in Vermont, frequently the family would rent a cottage on Lake Elmore. We'd spend a couple of weeks there swimming and doing all the other recreational things you do when you're a bunch of kids, in the summer months. So Elmore and Morrisville really plays in the back of my memory a lot. So I figured, why not a beer from Morrisville, Vermont? The ABV on this is 10% ABV. There's a description here on the side of the label, and I have to find my glasses so I can read it to you because it is a rather small print. So let me read it to you right now. We brewed the Vermonster with 110 pounds of malt per barrel and jacked up the hops to 100 IBU, along with dry hopping at 1 pound per barrel. To really taste all the flavors, pour into a wide-mouth, thin glass goblet, such as a brandy snifter or a Merlot wine glass. Well, my glass is a little bigger than that. And gently swirl as you warm with your hands. Inhale the malt and hop aromas. You allow yourself to retreat into your hoppy spot. As this little taste of paradise warms, you anticipate enjoying the good life! Exclamation point. Go ahead, invite someone over. This is one hell of a big beer. Food pairing suggestions. Try basics like warm bread, plain bagel chips, soft brie cheese, apple slices, or walnuts. Let the ale flavors shine. And then they give you their website, which is, or actually their email address, which is rockart@pwshift.com. All right, enough of the preliminaries. Why don't I get right into this barley wine and check it out and see what we have here. Before we do that, more preliminaries. There is the Rock Art logo. Rock Art beers are out of Vermont. For the most part, you can get them in other parts of New England. Primarily in Vermont and Massachusetts is where I've seen it. But anyway, let's take off the cap and see what happens with it. Okay. Time to give it a pour. Whoa, a little bit of a bubble up there. Nothing wrong with that, as long as you pour carefully. And then you'll get the whole, sensation of pouring and enjoying the beer when you do that. Nice slow pour. Very little bit of, just be careful here, and I topped it off just right. Alright, here we go. What do you think of this? This is, I would say, a medium amber, a little cloudy, a little hazy, significant head. It's warmed up, I'd say, to upper 40-degree range right now, I would say. I've had it out of the fridge for a half hour, maybe. So, a bit cloudy, sort of a medium to deeper amber color, maybe a little copper in color. And a very luscious head that is slowly simmering down, but looks like it's going to leave a bit of lacing in its wake. So, let's check out the aroma. Whoa, there's a lot of aroma here. A lot of flavors. And like a barley wine, I'm getting a good supply of luscious caramel malts. That's what I'm getting. And a kind of fruit sensation. A pine or kind of citrus fruit sensation. More like berries. Not so much like banana or pear. It's more of a juicy, fruity sensation, which I like to compare to berries to a degree. And maybe red grapes to a degree. Caramel malts, a little roasted barley. Just a beautiful, enticing aroma that's not overdone. Okay, let's check out the taste. As soon as it hits my tongue, I know I like this beer. It's just, the body is smooth, it's creamy, it's very pleasant. It's just about medium weight, somewhere in that vicinity. Just soft and delicate on my lips, mainly to the head, but just soft and delicate overall. As far as the taste goes itself, you know, this is a little different than a lot of barley wines I've had. It doesn't have that overly abrupt malty cloying, is that the right word, that you get with most barley wines, where they really come on strong and powerful with those barley malts. They're there, a little more subtle, because the hops tend to kick in instead and really bring out a hoppy sensation, like they said in the description. Hoppy or something about enjoy your hoppy place. That's what it was. Enjoy your hoppy place. 10% ABV. The alcohol is well integrated into the beer. It's barely noticeable at all. There's kind of a lingering aftertaste going on here. A lingering bitterness, 100 IBUs, so it's going to be bitter. And but it's a lingering bitterness that's brought on by the hops that they use. This, I can see why some people might think this is more closer to an Imperial IPA, but I think I will definitely go with what Rock Art says it is, which is a barley wine, because that is really what it's closer in kinship to, as far as flavors, aroma, look, and so on. I'd be very interested in trying one of these 6 months from now. Put it in the cellar, let it sit for a while, then try it again. But as it is now, relatively fresh. It's an incredibly enjoyable beer. You're not getting any of that 10% ABV. I mean, I suppose after I finish the bottle, I'm going to get a bit of a buzz, I suppose, because it is a big 10% ABV beer. But right off the bat, you're not really getting much of an alcohol sensation. It's incredibly well integrated into the flavorful malts and lingering bitter hops that combine to make this into a really enjoyable beer. Rock Art has a pretty good reputation in Vermont, and the Vermonster really lives up to the reputation that Rock Art has built over the last decade or more that they've been in existence. But I really enjoy it. There's a good sweet flavor mixed with the bitter hops. It's sweet, bittersweet, some might say. You get the sweetness and then you get the hop bitterness. It's really well balanced, really likable, very drinkable for a 10% ABV. So that'll do it for today. This is Rock Art, the Vermonster. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.